Well, after Team India powered its way through the World Cup semi-finals against New Zealand, the match is now seeing political games being played off the field. The win was powered by excellent knocks from Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer and the man of the match, Mohammad Shami, as India celebrated Mohammad Shami's 7-wicket haul last evening. Congress's leaders flashed back to the time when Shami was viciously trolled for India's defeat to Pakistan in 2021. Reposting an old tweet of Rahul Gandhi, they reminded everyone how only Rahul Gandhi stood with Mohammad Shami when people who he called high on Hindu-Muslim drug abused Mohammad Shami. Let's talk about the reactions that have come in so far, who have gone on to talk about Rahul Gandhi's unequivocal support for Mohammad Shami back in 2021. The first one, of course, coming in from the IYC president, Srinivas BV. He was the first to rake the issue. He says some years ago, communal forces were abusing Shami. It's then that Rahul Gandhi, at that time, only Rahul Gandhi stood up for Mohammad Shami. So that's the first big Congress reaction coming in. The question being, are politicians trying to politicize the decimating bowling spell by Mohammad Shami? Let's not forget what happened 2 years ago. Manikam Tagore of the Congress once again talking about what happened in 2021 after in an opener, 2021 World Cup opener, Pakistan defeated India. Says don't forget what Sanghis did to our match winner. So they're essentially trying to rake what happened in 2021 and the kind of online abuse Mohammad Shami had to face. This is Purnima Pandey, Jharkhand Congress, who says Nafrat ke bazaar mein mohabbat ki dukaan. Once again referring to Rahul Gandhi's Mohammed ki dukaan phrase, says when Andhbhakts trolled, Rahul Gandhi supported Shami. All of them talking about one tweet that Rahul Gandhi had put out back in 2021 after India faced that defeat against Pakistan. Another reaction coming in from Rajasthan Congress leader Himmat Singh Gurjar, who says there was a time haters called Shami a traitor. From a traitor to a winner today, but why was he abused back in 2021? Shami's performance is a slap in the haters' face. So those are the reactions essentially that we've seen on social media X. Let's also listen in from some of the Congress leaders.
आप शुक्र मनाइए कि मोहम्मद शमी अच्छा खेल गए. अगर मोहम्मद शमी अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं किए होते तो यही भाजपा के लोग उनके लिए पाकिस्तान का वीजा लेकर घूम रहे होते, कहते ये तो गद्दार है, देशद्रोही है, आईएसआई का एजेंट है, इसे पाकिस्तान भेज दो. ये भाजपा के लोग हैं भैया, ये एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम की कब्र खोद के पाकिस्तान पहुंचा दें. तो इनकी बातों पर क्या चर्चा की जाए? देश तोड़ने वाले, समाज तोड़ने वाले लोग हैं.
To put things in context, Rahul Gandhi's 2021 tweet supporting Shami came in the face of his social media trolling for his religion after India lost to Pakistan in the T20 World Cup opener back in 2021. And after the semi-final match last evening, this tweet was circulated by several other leaders of the party. But yesterday, Shami's performance flooded him with all-round praise. Apart from ripping apart New Zealand team, Shami also made history as he registered the best wickets by an Indian bowler in World Cup's history. From Prime Minister Narendra Modi to his cabinet colleagues and other top politicians, all heaped praises for the stellar performance. Dismissing allegations of Congress, the BJP says they will praise anyone who makes India proud.
Mohammad Shami was hero of Bharat's victory, and BJP will praise India's heroes 1,000 times. Whether it be a Mohammad Shami or it be Mohammad Zubair. But I feel pity for Congress. Does Congress disagree with BJP praising Mohammad Shami? Pity for Congress. I think Congress has went so stoop deep that they find a case of Muslim appeasement in BJP praising Mohammad Shami.
We've opened our call-in lines as well. Do we need to politicize the game that has taken India to such a platform where in the whole country today is proud of India's stellar performance, including that of Mohammad Shami? Let's quickly open this up, but before that, talk about another reaction coming in from the opposition. We took you through the Congress reactions on social media in person. The JDU also once again raking the communal angle. So we have an INDI bloc ally who's batted against the move, says it's wrong to communalize cricket. Listen in.
And Mohammad Shami was a national hero. He resides in the heart of everyone, every Indian. So much so, his contribution to the semi-final match was so much so that that match is known as semi-final instead of semi-final. And at this juncture, if anybody is downgrading Mohammad Shami is not fair. If anybody is trying to drift the issue to a Hindu-Muslim issue is not fair. Any person is trying to controversy on this issue is not a true Indian.
Should we reduce this mega win to this kind of politics? That's the big question, and we open this up with our guest joining us this evening. We have Rahul Ishwar, activist, with us, along with political analyst Dr. Suman C. Raman. Dr. Suman C. Raman, why would this kind of a comparison be drawn? Why would we want to take it back to what happened in 2021? Today, the entire country is so very proud of Mohammad Shami, and it's not just the knockout match, it's not just the match against the Kiwis. All throughout the tournament, despite having come in late in the game, he's made everybody proud. Dr. Suman C. Raman, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Look, first of all, one must remember what happened after India lost that match to Pakistan a couple of years ago. And you cannot look at it in isolation. Even yesterday, had that dropped catch, been crucial and India had not done so well, God knows these same people would have been out again. It is very, very unfortunate that a person of his caliber, mind you, he has played over 60 test matches for India, and he has picked 250 plus wickets, had an outstanding career for the country. And yet the fact that, should he drop a catch or should he get taken for a few runs, his religion is criticized, and he is looked upon from the perspective of his religion, is a disgrace. It speaks about those people who do such criticism. And I don't...
no, while what happened in 2021 is most unfortunate, Dr. Suman C. Raman. Nobody's trying to, in any sense, back the abusive trolls that came his way. Most unfortunate indeed. But why are we even going back to 2021? We're in 2023. Our team is making it to the finals. 19 November is that mega clash. We should be encouraging our bowlers, our batsmen, everybody who's part of the team and who's taken us this far. Stay on with us. Before I go across to Mr. Ishwar, Mr. Suman C. Raman, we also have our viewers dialing us this evening. Dr. Swaminathan is calling us from Bengaluru. Good evening, sir. Your opinion?
Yeah, Christine, it's very unfortunate that the political parties have brought religion to cricket. Shami's performance has been outstanding. People like Suman C. Raman, who told the line of Congress and puppets of that party, want to link up some idiots who posted some postings on Twitter against Mohammad Shami. No sane person or right-thinking person would criticize Shami. He's one of the best bowlers we have had, and has brought laurels to the country, and his performance has been great. It's foolish that such persons are politicizing cricket also. They have come to that low level.
Okay. Don't politicize a gentleman's game is Dr. Swaminathan's view. Many thanks for speaking to us, sir. Before I go across to Mr. Raman for that response, a pointed response perhaps that's needed from you, sir. But Rahul Ishwar, what do you make of this? What happened in 2021 or, any other time of the year upon somebody's not so good performance, it's unfortunate. It rather is unfortunate. But once again, raising it at a time such as this, just 2-3 days away from when, men in blue face whoever wins the match today, rather unfortunate, don't you think?
Communal bigotry divides us, whereas cricket unites us. So whether, it is anything negative in the past, it will not be rated today. Please remember, cricket is beyond any kind of communal divide. And beyond religion and politics, we shouldn't communalize or we shouldn't politicize cricket. Mohammad Shami is an asset of India. He's a great bowler. We all love him. We all know that the game was slipping away from us until he turned it around with that 2 over. Rightly, it is called Shami final instead of semi-final. So we should be celebrating that. It is not an occasion for anybody to say, see, I have told you so. I have told you so is a very bad attitude, or people having to prove a point. Right now, it is not a time to prove the point whether I am wrong or right, but it is the time to prove and support our men in blue in a bigger way. So it is not a time to keep account. It is not a time to tell, I told you so. It is not a time to, self-credit things. So I think, we should support like Narendra Modi ji or Sri Rahul Gandhi, positively support Mohammad Shami and all the team members, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, every team members. And right now, we should be giving the maximum positivity. We should not be leveraging this particular occasion to say that I was true or I was right. Rather, It is an occasion where Indians should unite beyond everything what happened in 2021, which was very unfortunate. Like you rightly said, Mohammad Shami is a great asset of ours.
Rahul.
Mohammad Shami was a great captain of ours. Right now, it is
Rahul.
not any communal divide, but crickets that unite us, and we should go that way and not take credit for any bad thing that or good thing that happened in the past.
Okay. And by doing so, by talking about what happened in the past, while it should be spoken of, while it should be condemned, but should it be raised, should it be brought up, should it be highlighted at a time such as this, upon this kind of a stellar performance, a decimating performance at that?
Again.
I'll come back to you, sir. We have our viewers who continue to dial in as well. Vijay calling us from Bengaluru. Good evening, Mr. Vijay.
Yeah, good evening. I really don't understand why these people want to damage the reputation of our Shami. Shami has been doing such a wonderful job. It looks more like to disintegrate the team into communalism so that people don't perform properly. Whoever has said, be it Sumant Raman or somebody else from the other parties, whoever has said that, I think it is very, very bad.
Okay, why take the credit away from Mohammad Shami and give it to anyone else, especially a politician at a time such as this, when it's all about cricket? The entire country is talking about Team India and its brilliant performance. It's a 10 on 10 so far. Let me quickly go across to Pankaj as well, calling us this evening. Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening. I really feel very painful that on such a beautiful occasion when India is playing unbelievable cricket, suddenly this Shami issue is brought into a Hindu-Muslim kind of a thing. Normally, I don't speak on this kind of television programs, but this is very unfortunate when the whole country is celebrating and bringing back this issue of Hindu-Muslim, which is totally out of the mind. It is so painful. The country is celebrating this Shami's achievement, and he has gone through a very tough phase of his life, and he's come back so beautifully. And I always share this kind of a positive thing in my Facebook. And these politicians unnecessarily bringing this thing this is very poor in taste, and it is not going to work at all for anybody else.
Mr. Pankaj, is as good or bad as, for example, linking a Shreyas Iyer to Mumbai because he spent maximum time in the stadiums in Mumbai. Talking about Rohit Sharma as the captain of Mumbai Indians, it's as good or bad as that. Thank you for speaking to us. We have Mr. Anand also calling us this evening. Mr. Anand.
Hi, this is Anand here. While I hail the performance of Shami, I say shame on the people and the parties and the people who only criticize and who are out here to name and shame those who support India. It's not a question of a party. It's not a question of a politician. I believe some parties should now start learning that we need to celebrate each success of the country, and cricket is one binding sport which brings Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai together. Why divide them? That's my message to all those individuals and parties who divide the country in the name of...
You're essentially asking politicians to understand where the sentiment of the country lies. Appreciate you calling us this evening, Mr. Anand. We have Ravindra calling us from Bengaluru. Good evening, Mr. Ravindra.
Good evening, madam. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, madam. Hello? Hello?
So make your point. Go ahead. What do you feel about this issue?
Please, madam, don't call this Sumant Raman for every debate. He is always trying to defend the indefensible things, always. And he always speaks against BJP and Indian government. अगर Indian government starts to Shami ko team
I should be allowed to
I think we've raised enough questions. We've raised enough questions with Dr. Sumant Raman. Many thanks, Mr. Ravindra, for speaking to us. Let's hear it from him. Let's hear it from him on how he chooses to respond to the complaints.
First of all these people, 2021, and this poor man who has slogged his life for the Indian cricket team was being viciously trolled. How many of these people stood up for him? How many of these did Rahul Ishwar stand up and put out a tweet and support him, or did any of the others? Who are these? The first man said they are all idiots who trolled him. Who are they? Everybody knows their identity. Some of them were
I think several people did, including his teammates and several others in our country who truly believe in the spirit that the team carries. But Mr. Sumansi Raman, my question being, in trying to raise what happened back in 2021, are you not shifting the spotlight back to the negative times, the bad times, instead focus on what his achievements today have been?
Because what happened in 21 should not happen ever again to any Indian cricketer. That should be the result of this. If it is being brought up now, it is to show that this is a person who has put his heart and soul and played for this country. And you guys can't just get away by praising him when he does well and then trolling him viciously when he does not do well. He is giving his heart out for the country. And mind it, the most important thing is you have not till this moment said who these trolls are supporters of.
Why should the wrong be forgotten when it's wrong? Despite the stellar performance, what happened to him back in 2021 must be spoken of for all the right reasons, says Dr. Sumansi Raman. So I'll come back to you. We have Ashok Kumar calling us from Bengaluru. Good evening, Mr. Ashok Kumar. Your opinion?
Yeah, I am a sportsman myself. I'm an ex-basketball player. So if at all you want to compare politics and sports, with less politics in sports and more sports in politics, the country will be a much better place to stay. And also, if at all Congress wants to compare cricket with politics, then Mr. Rahul Gandhi is the 12th man in politics.
Okay, keep politics away from sports. Thank you, sir, for speaking to us. Ashwath Narayan calling us from Mysuru this evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, madam. I am again repeating the same thing. Please don't call this Sumansi Raman to the debate. He do not know that he is a fool, but he tries to talk something foolish which is not relevant. Please, this is my request, humble request.
Okay, we need to hear both the sides, sir. So we have to hear the other argument as well. But thank you for speaking to us. Venkat Narayan calling us from Coimbatore. Good evening, Mr. Narayan.
Good evening, madam. This is very, very, very sad part of India. See, India is progressing, and even cricket, they are... Hello?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Because they are proud moments. These political people does not understand about India. In all fields, India is shining now. This is a very, very bad precedent.
Okay, don't reduce a shining moment, a golden moment of India to this kind of petty politics. Thank you, sir, for speaking to us. Ravi calling us from Chennai this evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I just wish to remind that we are just one step away. We haven't won the cup yet, and this is not the time to take up such issues and discuss divisive issues. What was done in 2021 was certainly bad, and we need not counter-attack or counter-troll people. I think he's an Indian. We all know that. He's a proud Indian, like we all are. And we must not try and disrupt the rhythm of the team by raising such issues. One match away from what could be a monumental victory. So let us not take personal pot shots at each other, naming people. I don't wish to do that. But one thing is certain, this can disrupt the rhythm, the momentum of the team. Please do not do such things in future. What was done in 2021 cannot be reversed now. Now that we are not saying, we are not defending anything. We must learn
now
to
is not the time. Now is not the time, you're saying, Mr. Ravi. Now is the time when the entire country should stand united and support the men in blue. Thank you for speaking to us. We have Mr. Venkat Raman calling us from Bengaluru. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I hope you are able to hear me.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay, fine. First and foremost thing I want you all to know that who has not been trolled as far as the performance is concerned. Even in the very recently or in the recent past, if you look at it, people like Rahul Dravid and VVS Lakshman, they will troll like anything in the social media for the improper performance in Australia.
Okay.
Why? Even Sachin Tendulkar has been trolled.
Okay, that's a very important point. Mr. Venkatraman, you're saying that the best of players, regardless of which part of the country they hail from, which religion do they represent, have been trolled for their poor performance. Do not make it communal. That's the biggest message coming across this evening. Most importantly, 19th of November is the clash everyone's watching out for. Keep politics away till then is the country's message. A quick break with that. Lots more lined up on the other side.